Hello there and welcome back to SnowRunner. Yes, we're going to be hopping right back on that modded map where we were last time. Um, and if you weren't here last time or you don't remember, whichever, I have a bad memory too. We're back on that modded map, Winter Wonderland, um, made by the fantastical Mike Z or Mike or Mikey, however you wish to pronounce it. That's all right. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be hopping back on their map and trying to continue on with our little adventure we got going. Yes, let's get started right away. Oh, the FPS is good to us today. 30, probably. Anyway, it's how it goes. But yes. Um, hmm, what should we do? What should we do? What kind of missions do we got in store? What kind of trouble can we get into? And we were way over here last time. I think that was last time. Or did we go? No, we went over here last time. We were doing a fuel run. The fuel run unload. Hey. So they need consumables from the farm. And they need oil barrels from Clover here. So, damn. We're going to be going pretty far. The oil barrels, that should be pretty easy. We just need a flatbed truck. I don't think we need to take a trailer all the way over there. What I might do though is I might see that one also needs consumables. Consumables, cargo container, vehicle spare parts. Okay, that one's a different one. They also need consumables. So we need how many consumables? 2 consumables. Hold on. So fuel run needs 2 consumables. Welfare needs 1 consumable. So that's 3. Big oil. That one needs the repair the semi-fuel trailer. Um, so 3, so that's 6 then? Is that correct? So 2, 3, 6 consumables. So when we're at the farm, we need to pick up 6 consumables, or at least try to pick up as many consumables as we can. Pretty much. Um, oops, that's not the right button. No, is it? Oh, you're probably watching us going, hey, when's the good part gonna happen? When's the review gonna happen? I'm not a just fair warning. If you haven't been here before, I'm not a good map reviewer or mod reviewer in general. I just play the mods and then show them off. Um, Especially when it comes to the maps. Um, Whenever I play this game, I just show off the map and usually with a few other mods, and then we work on that. And I know I don't intend to get good, scrub. I don't intend to get good at it. That's not what my channel is mainly for. I just I just do this as I guess kind of a side project for the channel, in a way. I don't know. It sounds terrible, but uh, I don't really know what I mean by that. Really, I just know what I mean is it's just a thing that I do on the weekends. I don't have the time to turn this into a full main series because I got 2 main series going on already. Stuff like that. So I only have a few hours a time, and I get to use my time wisely since I'm constantly busy. Like I barely got time to sleep half the time. It happens. But yeah, so we'll establish that I'm not good at making reviews, okay? My reviews of a map is going to be, or of a mod is going to be, I guess of a map would be in that context. my review of a map is going to be the full map. I'm going to play fully through it, and you're going to pretty much get to see most things, unless I'm doing one journey back and forth that's the same every time. You only get to see the good stuff, which is me crashing and fucking it all up, which does happen. So yeah, you just get to see the map and whatnot. I also seen that your map. I don't know if it. I don't know if the rating changed last time, but it feels like it has. Feels like it's gotten better. It's got some more likes on it and stuff. So um, I think it's gone up since I last played. I don't know. I check every now and again to see what the rating is and see if it's gone up or any. If I'm helping or hurting your map, and I'm still 100% unsure. You'd be the person that makes this map also watches these videos usually, so uh, if you want to chat him up in the comment section, go right ahead. Also, give this map a like and whatnot. And I know we just been kind of looking at the map here the entire time. It's not a bad one. It's pretty good. I do like the landscape and stuff. It's a little bit steep in areas that usually I mean, it is a video game, so it's everything's going to be realistic, but there is some steep things that I think could be, or some changes I think that could be made, but that's up to them. I'm just here, I'm just playing it, man. I just your average everyday player, and no, I did not self-congratulate myself or self-congratulate myself. Yeah, I didn't do that. At least that's not my intention. My intention was not to grandstand and say, "Hey, I'm reviewing your map, or I'm reviewing the map, and I made it better. I made the reviews better." So no, don't. That just popped into my head like, "Oh man, are they gonna think that? Are they really gonna think that I just because I said that the reviews might have been getting better that I was the cause of that?" It's like, no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, congratulations, it's gotten better. I don't know. I say a bunch of. I'm probably gonna need a longer trailer. No, I'm gonna need a different truck. What if we take old? Let's take the deuce and a half, maybe. Take the old deuce and a half out for a drive. Yeah, I've always wanted to drive one of these things. I know. Well, I don't know the person, but I do know of a person that owns one of these old style freaking deuce and a halves. That's what, at least that's what we call them, where I'm from. Okay, so I want to travel. Which way do I want to travel? Okay, we need to travel that way. Across that bridge. So we need to go by this place again. So we need to turn around. Yeah, it's just like, take some of the interesting game vehicles that are not mods. Wait, do I have two of these? Wait, which one's... Wait, where did this one come from? Wait a minute. I got one over here, too. I think this is the better one. Yeah, this is the one I modified. Okay. Well, we're going to take the one I modified at. Yeah, this is the one I modified. And I like the old military look, but I like this one better. It's a citizen version. It's the army surplus. The military surplus or whatever have you. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I just say random bullshit when I'm playing games that are not very interesting to the normal person. And what I mean by not very interesting, What do I mean by that? You know exactly what I mean. Like, who in the hell finds this game extremely like full of action-packed adventure? Who in the hell finds this game like that? Finds it super interesting. There are some interesting parts to this game, and it definitely can be fun. It's just there's certain parts of the game that just, I've talked about this before. It's just one of them things that are just one of them games that it's kind of boring. Actually, reminds me too much of real life. I mean, isn't that the funny thing? Like, here's an interesting thought, right? Like before, I mean, it still is for a lot of people. But we find, oops, sorry, just checking my time here. Also, yeah, if the audio ever cuts out or you see like a flash or both, both things happen like that, see the audio cuts out, it's because this game, when you alt tab, it's audio focus loss, so it cuts out the audio when you tab out of the game. And I have to tab out of the game because I only have one monitor and I gotta check the time on my recording software from time to time. So, because if I go too far over, then I can't upload this to Rumble because this game is extremely high. It's an extremely high quality game, and just only a few short hours of this game and it's all, and the file size just of a few short hours is extremely high, where I can go like Factorio, play that for 5 hours and have a file size that's only about half of what this one was when this one's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's just the way it is. The better quality of the game, the more pixels on screen, the higher the, I mean, it makes sense. So what's that talking about? I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, the interesting thought about how, it's still an escape for a lot of people, like me, an escape from real life, the video games are. But nowadays, like, there's a lot of video games out there that are like having a job. While it certainly is interesting to dive into some of those simulators that are like having that actual job, when you actually do that for real life, and then you try and do it in a video game, it's not as interesting to you because you've already been there, done that, and then playing it in a video game, you just kind of get bored of it because you're just like, man, I've already done this kind of stuff. Why am I doing it here? I guess unless you enjoy your job. I mean, if you enjoy your job a lot, definitely a career that you're going to do for the rest of your life until the day you die type of, I love my job, that type one, where you would never do another job again because you love your job so much that if you were to quit or ever get fired, you would be devastated type of, I love my job, that kind of stuff. Definitely, I could definitely see that where you would play it as a video game as well. Like, I love trucking, and trucking is fun. And I did it for, a real job as well in a few different areas. And while it was fun, and definitely was a good time, that's definitely not a job I think I'd want to live with for the rest of my life. But then again, I've had a few different jobs, so a few different types of jobs I've had, doing mechanic stuff, trucking. I mean, I've definitely liked mechanics more. I guess that's why I was more willing to play Car Mechanic Sim. I mean, I played Car Mechanic. I have Car Mechanic Sim 2015, Car Mechanic Sim 2019, and now Car Mechanic Sim 2021. I guess working for Department of Transportation. Working for the Department of Transportation was, I'd say that was a good time too. I mean, there were some ups and some downs. There were some downs, mostly ups though. That was definitely a fun job. I guess that's why I'm more willing to play it. Stuff like Construction Sim, because although Construction Sim, yeah, building houses and stuff, there is some Department of Transportation elements to it. like working on roads and stuff like that. And been there, done that. So, but that's definitely a lot more fun, I would say. Um, I don't know. Trucking, I just kind of find boring, to be honest. Like it's more boring because you're not really doing a whole lot other than like listening to music. And yeah, like I said before, the whole music thing, it's I would do music if I could. I would 100% do music on the channel if I could. It'd be mostly background music. I'm not trying to make money off of the artists that made those songs or anything like that. It'd definitely be background noise, but I would still definitely do it. But unfortunately, YouTube's a real hard ass when it comes to copyright. And I understand that there's a certain level. We've went over this a million times. Um, but there definitely is a reason to be to be stingy with the copyright. But I don't think you should go above and beyond the law. I would say when it comes to that type of stuff. Like Rumble, when they do their copyright stuff, um, the copyright stuff is just within the bounds of the law. They don't go above and beyond like YouTube does, where they have an entire system that detects copyright right away as soon as the video is uploaded. The copyright is detected and automatically blocks the video from being monetized or from being public in certain countries, things like that. Now, I understand the reason behind some of the systems. It's just, man, it is really tough on YouTube when it comes to uploading. You got to be real careful, and you kind of gotta know the ropes a little bit. Like me, I don't know the ropes. I've been learning. Yeah, it definitely is a learning process there if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, if you're not careful, you can end up like the countless YouTube channels that have been struck down entirely because they didn't know wholeheartedly what they were doing, or because they didn't have, they didn't have lawyers, you know, keeping their channel afloat or giving them legal advice on how to fight certain things, and that's why you got to be real careful. If you get a copyright claim, and you file a counter thing, I forget what it's called. I've had to do it before, where you file a thing saying it's not copyright, it is protected under fair use, or any other protection clause they got. When you're trying to do that stuff, if you don't know what you're doing and you file the wrong one, or you file it if they think you filed it with ill intention, you can have your entire channel shut down. No excuses, no second chances. It's gone. It's like drinking and driving a truck. If you get caught, you lose your CDL. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no second chance. I mean, technically, there's not a second chance. I mean, I guess the second chance, at least in my state, the second chance is you have to wait 6 months. If you get a DUI with the CDL Class A, you lose your CDL. Doesn't matter if you're driving a truck, a car, doesn't matter what it is. It could be your own personal car. You could be driving a freaking an ATV. If you drive drunk on an ATV and you get caught driving drunk and they slap you with the DUI, your CDL Class A is gone. That's it. Done and over with. It's completely revoked. You don't get it back within that time frame. I mean, you don't like get it back after, like a CDL Class C or CDL Class A, like a Class C license. You drive drunk, you lose your license for a few months or whatever. They give it back to you, or whatever. You might serve a few nights in jail, maybe a week, depending on how bad it was. So, those types of things. Uh-oh, I need a crane to get those oil barrels. Or those fuel barrels. No, those are fuel barrels, I think. But anyway, Yeah, that type of stuff, which I'm almost out of fuel, speaking of which. Good thing you left me a trailer. Thank you very much. I completely forgot. Alright, so 2 oil barrels. Bang, bang. Alright, let's go. Yeah, there's the 2 fuel barrels. Yeah, these are fuel barrels. These are oil barrels. That's a fuel barrel. And, yep. The CDLs, you lose your license immediately. And then you get it, you can reapply for a CDL Class A in 6 months. After 6 months, you can go back and get another one. Or you can try to get another one, but it's not that you go back, apply for it, and they give you one. No, you got to do all the tests and all that stuff. You got to get passed through the same test you got at the first time. You got to pass everything. And if you want your, and that's just the base CDL Class A. You also got to reapply if you had any endorsements. You got to reapply for those too, and go through all the tests for those as well. So you're royally screwed. They really do not. At least this is in my state. I don't know if it's a federally. Oh. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Fuck. Uh-oh. I'm an idiot. I was distracted. And I probably can't use my. I got distracted. That's my fault. Oh, of course it's my fault. Yeah. I just say that just to acknowledge that I fucked up. All right. Actually, you know what? Hmm. No, we shouldn't need it. I didn't realize that. I'm so used to these modded trucks having tons of fuel on them and stuff. I'm so used to that. that yeah, that the other trucks, they run out of fuel so quickly. Okay, yeah. So then after you get your CDL Class A back, if you get caught again, you lose your CDL again, and you have to wait an entire year to get it back again. But of course, we do the 3 strikes you're out rule as well. That if you get caught drinking and driving a third time, so this doesn't matter if you've reapplied for your CDL or not. After the second time, it's just after the second DUI, I believe you lose your license, or when you lose your license, it doesn't. If you get caught again, it doesn't matter if you had a CDL Class A or a regular license. Doesn't matter. You just lose your license forever. And like I said, it may be different in different states. I don't know if it's federally mandated or not, those types of laws. But it's good law, though. I wholeheartedly agree with it. That, yeah, you should lose your CDL Class A if you get caught drinking and driving. Doesn't matter if you're drinking and driving with the regular car or not. I wholeheartedly agree with that because you're a CDL Class A driver. You get into a car accident with a normal car, drinking and driving, it depends, but good chances that everybody's gonna be able to walk away from it, or at least be alive, and not have to live in great pain or live it as a vegetable their entire life. But like I said, there is circumstances that where speed or whatever type of crash plays a different part in it. Cars are a lot safer than now than they used to be, but if you're driving a 100,000-pound death machine down the road drunk, and don't matter who you hit or how you hit them, could be another semi-truck driver, there's a pretty good chance that they're not going to be walking away from it. Maybe a semi-truck driver would be fine. Might be in a better situation there. But yeah, any cars or anything like that, any cars, pickups, SUVs you hit, Unless it's at a low speed, more than likely they're not going to be walking away from that. So, and going through CDL Class A and how hard they are to get, especially nowadays, you're supposed to be the responsible driver. I should probably turn this on. And I may joke and stuff like that and whatnot, but it does get pretty serious when it comes to certain things like that. Like I know when I was out on the road, I was always scared with the truck a little bit. There's always that little buzzing in the back of your brain that tells you, hey, you're driving something extremely heavy, at a good speed. Somebody pulls out in front of you, and that's it for them. They're done and over with. I know because I drove on a highway and there was a few people that did pull out in front of me. Luckily, we managed to avoid and drive away safely without anybody causing or having an accident or get into any kind of trouble. I mean, the most would happen to the other driver is they would get an earful of air horn as I go flying by at 60 miles an hour. And I say 60 because the highway I was on, there was a lot of side roads. A lot of little side roads, dirt roads, asphalt roads. A lot of little side roads. The traffic's going 65 because it's a highway. And, it's just your average one lane highway. And what I mean by that is a one lane highway is it's a dual direction highway. You got one lane going each direction going each direction of the highway. So you got traffic going against itself constantly. And there's only one lane, and in order to pass anybody, you got to go into the oncoming lane to pass them. That was just the worst when somebody pulled out in front of you, and you know that by the time you get to them, you're still going to be going. You would have maybe dropped 5 mile an hour, if that. So you just got to go into the oncoming lane because the ditches aren't. The ditches aren't something you just drive into. They're not the standard type of ditch where it's just slightly below the road or anything like that. No, the ditches are fucking several feet down a very, very steep hill, if not a straight drop off. And you drive down there and you're done. Even if you're avoiding a vehicle, I don't know. You're done. Your truck's done. That's it. That truck ain't surviving that if you're loaded. That's gonna bend shit, break shit, all that stuff. I don't know why I talk about these things. It's so morbid, so depressing. And sometimes it needs to be talked about. Some people need to understand that semi trucks are not to be messed with if you're a car. So we all just got to be responsible, which most people are, I would say. But you definitely catch a lot more. You catch a lot more stupid out on the road if you're a truck driver. I definitely get that, When somebody told me that, it's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna see a lot more stupid drivers now that you're a truck driver. It's just like, I don't know about that. The chances of that might be pretty slim, or the same as if you're in a normal car. No, for some reason, people just act stupid around trucks, and I do not. Nobody seems to know why. I mean, there's people that probably know why, or have their own theories, but it seems to be just this strange phenomenon. At least here in the U.S., it is. People just act stupid around trucks. It's like you got a truck that's way bigger than you, and you're gonna fucking mess with it. Going down the fucking highway. Alrighty, dude. It's your funeral, and that's not a joke. That's pretty bad. I need to refuel this truck. That's what I'm doing. My brain is all over the place today. Here we go. Wait. Oh, whoops. Target. Here we go. I know what I'm doing. Alright. Did we pick up this mission? I think we did. I'm gonna go check though. Yeah, we're tracking that. Actually, I think. Oh, that's welfare check. Welfare check. Start tracking. Oh, that's just the consumable stuff. Alright. Start tracking. So fuel run, so that's got to end up over there, and there's no way across that river other than to go all the way back here. Okay. I need to pull this I need to pull this truck back as well to the garage. There we go. Yeah, this thing just chews the fuel. I mean, I know it does, but man, the fuel goes out way too quickly in these games. It's like you have a fucking fuel leak constantly. Oh, yeah, turn off your engine. Let's not waste your fuel too. Okay, turn on your engine, never mind. Always gonna pull it. Dang it, we'll just head on back. Oh, wait a minute. I think we turned too sharp. Back up! Back up! He's yelling out the window. Now, where is the road here? Ah, there's the road. Can't see it. Plow through. Pretty sure that truck behind me is gonna be shoving me in the ass the entire way. It's got a lot more traction than I do. Whoosh. I like this old truck though. This thing's pretty nice. Love the old style gauges and stuff. Okay, we gotta be careful here. Okay, so we go down. It's hard to see the road. Like this is definitely a main. This would definitely be a main way to this fuel station. This road is shit. It's supposed to be shit, but still is shit. And there's the main road there, but man, to get to the other side of the map. That's a long way. I don't know, I was thinking it's like a bit more realism for this section in particular would be to take out that bridge and make a land bridge or something. That way it's more of a path rather than like an asphalted bridge straight to a hill. uh, you know me. Just let it ride. Just let it ride. If we break, we roll. That's one of them situations where, yeah, if you're on such a steep hill that if you break, you roll, you topple over. You just gotta let it ride and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't know. This bridge seems a little bit out of place to me. That's just me. That's the way she goes. One of these days, maybe I'll have time for my freaking map to work on it somewhere. Holy crap! It's it's in its pretty early stages still, and I just got so much crap going on at once. People think, well, you do YouTube, it's not that hard of a job, playing video games all day. You're right. Physically, it's not that hard of a job, but mentally, man, sheesh, it actually physically drains you sometimes. Or physically, I meant mentally. It just mentally drains you. You're just so mentally exhausted all the time. Because, yeah, coming up with random bullshit in a video, or to talk about while you're playing a video game, you gotta go through some mental gymnastics to pull that stuff off sometimes. And I say sometimes, sometimes it just flows naturally, the conversation with yourself. And you're talking with the audience, sure, but they can't respond. So, unless I did streaming, which I can't do streaming, I don't have a powerful enough PC for that. Not powerful enough. I would say it's close, but it's definitely not there, and I don't have the funds to be able to do that kind of stuff. If I was going to do streaming, I would definitely want a PC with an Intel Core, the Intel Core 9 or i9 for short. Definitely an i9. Definitely a much better graphics card. What is it? What's the newer ones? It's like a GeForce 3080 or something like that. I don't know. Something super powerful where I can. It's either that or I just get a second PC. One that could stream for me. Like I've heard of some YouTubers doing it, or some Twitch streamers, I guess, where they have two PCs. They have one PC playing the video game, and then they have the other PC that's recording the footage of the video game, and then you're not having to rely on one PC to do it all. Because if you don't know, streaming, the reason it takes such a powerful computer to stream decently, and I mean decently as in 720p at the least. 720p. The reason it takes such a strong computer is because when you're streaming, it's double the amount of resources, pretty much. It's around double, something like that. See, I need to go this way, don't I? No, I need to keep going. Yeah, I need to keep going. Go! Yeah, it's doubled the resources, so you might as well be playing the game twice, essentially. Like, if I was streaming this game, I would need a powerful enough PC that could run 2 instances of this video game. That's essentially the demand. At least that's an easy way to explain it. I could be wrong there a little bit here and there about some stuff, but from what I experienced and what I tried and what I've researched and learned about streaming is it essentially is twice the amount of resources needed. And that's why you see streamers, when they talk about their computer, how powerful it is. You're just like, man, that's a really powerful computer. Do you really need that? It's like, absolutely, you do. You know, you're gonna do one computer to do it all. Um, but yeah, I could get into streaming. I definitely did streaming before. I just my audience had one person, maybe two people at the most, at times, and of course my quality was absolutely crap. People would always be complaining about how crap quality the video and audio was. Like, why is it so pixelated? Why is the audio so shit? It's just like, I'm sorry, I'm rocking an i5, man, with a I'm rocking an i5 with an 8 GB card and 16 GB of RAM. That had when I was streaming. Um, my video quality was really crappy, and my processor was still 100% maxed and running about I think around 92 to 95C. It was bad. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. But all computers, their temperatures are measured in Celsius. So, but yeah, which is really hot. I think it's like 100 some degrees Fahrenheit. It's really high. It's like that's about their shutoff point. I think Intel's shutoff point to protect the processor, I think is like 98C or 99C, something like that. Like, yeah, you're definitely getting up there. Like when you start getting that hot, that's where the PC blue screens because it couldn't handle. I mean, I've definitely upgraded my computer since then, but I still got stuff from 2012 that was, on sale and already old by the time I got it in 2012. So, and just the random bullshit that comes out of my mouth when I play games like this. Like, I don't even talk about the game. This is why I'm a bad reviewer. This is probably why I also get bad reviews on, or I get thumb down on YouTube. I really don't care, to be honest, but yeah, that's probably why I get thumb down, because it's just like, you're just talking about random bullshit instead of playing the video game or reviewing the map. You got to talk about the game more. It's like, well, there isn't much to talk about. What you see is what you get, to be honest. When it comes to SnowRunner or games like American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim, literally all you have to do is play the game. Oh, is this downhill? Yeah. All you have to do is play the game for about 5 to 10 minutes, and that's the entire game. Literally, what you see right now is in the entire game of SnowRunner, pretty much. You just drive slowly around a map, picking up goods, dropping off goods. I know I need to take this to the other thing, but I need to take this truck back to the garage. I need to haul it back. Plus I need to fuel up again anyway. And I gotta remember to fuel up when I get there. I think there's a fuel trailer there. I left one there. Or I didn't leave one there. There was already one there. I just left it. I left it there. Or there's one around that area, probably. Yeah, what you see is what you get. That's why I talk a lot of bullshit, because you got to make it interesting somehow, and that's my way of making it interesting, is just bullshitting the entire time. Like, the map is good and all, it's the game itself, it's the core gameplay that makes it uninteresting for a lot of people. But some people will swear by this game and play it constantly, which I did for a while. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. I'm not saying, oh, if you swear by the game and you love the game, then you're a horrible person, or you don't have to defend your position. I'm not attacking you because you love SnowRunner. I'm just saying for me personally. And yes, I do have to define my position and define what I mean by stuff because people will take it out of context constantly. That's just how the internet is. I mean, I guess I technically didn't have to switch trucks, but that's fine. Fail. Source. I want my source to be this one, and the target to be that one. Okay. Yeah, we'll just finish fueling you up. Yep, that's just how the internet is. You have to define your position constantly. Because people will take it out of context all the time. Or they'll think you're attacking them because you don't like something. Like when people don't like certain games. Like, oh man, I hated that game. That game sucked. And then everybody's got to come in that liked the game. They've got to come in and defend the game and tell the other person how much they suck because they didn't enjoy that game. You know how it is. I try not to get mixed up in all that. But I will defend my position to the death. Not, and what I mean by that is, like I'm not gonna stand idly by to let you tell me I'm a terrible person because of my viewpoint on something. But yeah, let's say we're talking about a game I play prominently. Let's say Dyson Sphere Program, or Satisfactory. Somebody goes, "No, I hate that game." I'm not gonna sit there and go, "What?" I'm not gonna sit there and go, "Well, how could you not like it? It's a great game. What kind of person are you?" That kind of stuff. I mean, I might, if it's an opinion of a person that I actually care about their opinion about that game. If they're like, "Oh, I don't like Satisfactory," I'm gonna go, "Well, okay, well, why is that? What do you not like about it?" To see, just to see what kind of angle they're going for, and then see if I can see I guess, then know if I can see their position on that type of stuff. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's very bad. No. I just. I don't have a crane, so I can't, like, pick that stuff up. Dang it. This is bad. It's not so bad. I guess I am on my wheels. Could be worse. It's because I was trying to turn around, and I shouldn't have been turning around, especially not in first person. Shouldn't have tried that. Nope, not that one. This one? No, this one. You know what? Well, I need a crane right now. I'm just gonna use this one. This is my recovery truck. Yep, controller's still going left. I had let go of my controller entirely there, pretty much. Yep, controller's still going left. I mean, my position on a lot of stuff usually is, eh, people think what they think what they're gonna think, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and that's the way the world is. I mean, I'll give my opinion on stuff, and I'll give suggestions and hints and stuff like that, but I'm not going to expect anything from anybody, or not going to go after anybody definitely for their opinion. Don't matter if they think something that's absolutely horrible by anybody's standard. I mean, I think they're wrong, but I'm definitely not going to go out of my way to try and convince them of that or say how horrible of a person they are because of it. It's just like, yeah, well, if it's something truly horrid, I'm not going to be able to convince them. Probably nobody else is either. But I am going to go my own way about it. Like I know some people they probably hear some of my opinions on stuff or some of the ways I think, and they think there's well, I guess a lot of people just assume that um, everybody's got a nefarious reason or there's a secondary motive behind everything they say and do, which if you don't know people, um, that's definitely not a terrible position to have, truly. There we go. Trying to figure out the crane mode there. Haven't played in a while. But I don't know. You should definitely give it a try of giving people the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that. Because me, I might talk about a lot of stuff and a lot of different opinions and whatnot, but um, I also got problems with um, I don't know exactly what to call it. I guess it is like you may think it's a stupid thing because I think the same thing, but um, like I don't know. Like this right now, what my brain's doing exactly right now is it's not able to focus only on one thing at a time. Like sometimes I can multitask and sometimes I can't. But where my brain just is trying to focus on something and then I overload it because I'm trying to do too many things at once, and then it just freezes up. There's probably a lot of stuff with that as well. Or there's probably a certain word for the type of. Where'd my cargo go? Fuck. Oh, what is with the camera? I'm using the camera with the mouse, and oh my gosh, it is horrid. But yeah, I'll say stuff that I don't exactly mean, but it may sound terrible, like it sounds nefarious, or like I get a second motive behind something. But my brain doesn't think on that kind of a level, not most of the time. I don't think I have the capacity to be able to think like that. To think, to try and, be a silver tongue and trick people into thinking a certain way about me or whatever. I don't have that kind of capacity, I don't think. And I know definitely when it comes to a YouTube channel, it's definitely something you need to keep a hold of because you could say the wrong thing and there goes your channel, that type of stuff. Because I know how that goes. I've seen it happen to some small channels. That, yep, all it took was them saying the wrong thing at the wrong time or whatnot, and all of a sudden, there goes their YouTube channel. It's gone. I guess that's more to say about YouTube than anything. Or more about society in general, I guess. I'm not going to go into too much detail with it. I know how that conversation ends. It usually ends with somebody at the end of so with somebody on the tied to a stick, burned alive. Metaphorically speaking, anyway. Not physically, obviously, or not actually. It's metaphorically speaking. But they are ostracized and burned alive by the public, and we're not going to go down that road because I do not wish to be burned. But I definitely do try to keep my what I say in check, but it doesn't always happen. That's only because I don't have the capacity to always do that. I tend to be a little bit, my brain tends to be a little bit all over the place all the time. Hey, we're up and running again. Very nice. I also say random shit when I have nothing else to say. Gotta keep you guys entertained, if you know what I'm saying. There we go. That right there. The lapse in the ability to think. I'm sure you noticed it. I definitely notice it all the time. What am I trying to do here? I need to restore that crane, but I don't remember all the buttons. There we go. Crane mode. No, exit crane mode. Need to restore crane. And then I need to find a way to turn around without flying down the hill. Okay, we might need this truck anyway. Going through that lake. Yeah, I definitely know that my brain doesn't function 100% of the time. At least not like it should. It's definitely one of those things where you can't explain how it happens or the way something is, but you definitely know the way it is and how it is. You just can't explain that. It's really weird. I guess the only people that would truly understand it is people that have that kind of stuff going on. Not to say that, you don't, not to say that that conversation, how's it go? You don't understand because you don't, you don't understand my problems because you don't have those problems, that type of thing. I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm just saying that the people that understand the most is how I should phrase it. The people that understand the most is the people who have those type of issues. And I know what you're thinking as well. It's like, how did this dude have a? Oh my gosh! I definitely was braking, but my brain reacted too late. Oh, I'm so lucky. Oh, that was weird. But definitely, yeah. It's like, how did you have a CDL and stuff like that? How did you pass all the tests and stuff? It's like, well, I guess because when I'm driving, it's more simple. But when it comes to playing video games and trying to do commentary and stuff like that, you got so many things going on at one time, you tend to focus less in certain areas. But when I'm actually driving, driving a truck and stuff like that, I'm super attentive. I know exactly what's going on around me and stuff like that. It's a very weird way of things. I guess because there's less to focus on, so you're able to put more energy. Oh my gosh, that part, man! I keep forgetting that happens. Um, there's definitely a lot less to focus on when you're driving, or maybe it's more of there's a lot of things to focus on, but all those things have something in common type of deal. I don't know. Oops, that's the wrong one. I guess we could have filled it up, but that's okay. Oh, I drove that truck back to the garage and I completely forgot that I'm going to need it. See what I mean? I don't know. I guess it really does depend on the type thing. But it definitely has gotten worse over the last couple years and such like that. It's just one of them things. Where I'm able to focus a lot less on certain things. And I'm able to remember less and less as the years go on. And it fucking sucks. But then again, I think I'd rather have this than a photographic memory. I don't think I want a photographic memory. I've heard of people that have photographic memories that remember everything. That sounds more like a hell, like a curse, you know? I mean, sure, it'd be granted you'd be able to remember a lot of stuff, but there's ways in life to remember things. There's ways around it, as you would say. There's workarounds for that type of stuff. But having a photographic memory, there's no workaround for forgetting anything. You can't. I guess maybe with physical trauma, you might be able to mentally block that. But man, no thanks. I do not want a photographic memory. That does sound like hell. I'd rather have short-term memory loss, I think. It is my way of forgetting things that I do not want to remember. But then again, I guess at the same time, you tend to forget a lot of stuff that you need to remember, but you remember a lot of stuff that you're supposed to be forgetting, that you do not want to remember. Kind of a double-edged sword there. It's really strange. So this is a lumber mill. That's a weird road to a lumber mill. You gotta pass by the lumber mill guy's house. Oh, how I'd love to live there, actually. I would love to be able to own a business and work at a business, work at it, own it, stuff like that, have employees. But at the same time, I would love to be able to live next to it or inside of it, I think. Like, I would definitely, if I could own like a mechanic garage or something like that, like a mechanic's garage, and run a mechanics business, I would definitely be the one that would have an upper area that's a house. That's somewhat like a house, 1 bedroom apartment type of deal above the shop. Because I hate commuting. I always hated commuting back and forth to work. It's like there's just to me it was always too much work. It was always too much work to commute back and forth. It's just like, man, if I lived like across the street from my job, or from one of my many jobs that I've had, I would love that because I would not have to drive. I would just walk to work. I wouldn't have to get up like hours in advance of my job in order to get to my job on time. I could just, maybe wake up an hour early, take a shower, get dressed, have a nice couple of cups of coffee, my My brain did not want to say that correctly, and it's blinding by the light. And just have a cup of Joe, and off I go. Now, what's actually really gonna what's really gonna surprise you later is you think about what I've said and what I've said about my brain and how my brain works and stuff like that, giving you a little hint into my personal life. Think about that, right? And then be like, how in the hell do you play a game like Dyson Sphere Program? How in the hell do you play a game like that and able to play it effectively? I mean, I'm not saying I'm good at the game, even though that's exactly sounds like what I'm saying, but no. I'm not saying I'm good at the game. I'm just saying that I'm able to play that kind of game. It baffles me as well. Just, oh my gosh, I cannot get through here. No, I'm gonna run out of fuel before I even get through this area. Yeah, I definitely need another truck to pull me, I think. We do have that bridge here still, so we might be able to use that. That OP bridge. It's like, how in the hell do you play Dyson Sphere Program? And if you don't know what Dyson Sphere Program is, or you've never seen it or anything like that, if you're interested, I would say go over to the Dyson Sphere Program. Go over to that playlist. Go check it out. It's definitely a really good game. It's definitely a really good factory game. It is a factory game. It's very complicated in a lot of ways. Definitely has a lot to it. It's just like, how in the hell do you play that game? I don't know. I don't either. I don't know how I play that game either. That's just one of them things where I can focus on it, and my brain is fine. I cannot use this bridge. Controller keeps going left. Oh, and again too, before you think nefarious thoughts about me again, whoever it is, anyway, that's listening and thinking that, oh, he's just trying to elicit sympathy from everybody. Absolutely not. I just want to explain my position on certain things, and just in case, because there's always going to be people that are they're always going to wonder. It's just like, man, what is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with this guy? What's wrong with him? So I just explain it. It's not to elicit sympathy. It's just to explain what is going on. And sometimes I'll talk about it in depth, like now. And sometimes I'll explain it way too overly complicated, like, or way too simple, like, oh. And that's another thing my brain does. Exactly. That's exactly what just happened. Where I say the opposite of what I wanted to say. Or what I'm trying to mean there. I'll say the exact opposite, which is crazy. I tell you. It's very blinding. And it's also very crazy. It's like, what the fuck? What's is wrong with me? Because I don't know. Just the random shit that comes out of my mouth when, whatnot. Of course, by the standard of the way my brain works, that's probably normal anymore. Would not be surprised if a lot of people have those types of issues. And it's the way our society is here in the U.S. It's very nuts. And I definitely watch other YouTubers that are from different countries and stuff, and watch what they say about the U.S. And It's just like, man, the U.S. is just losing their minds over there. They're fucking all over the place. They're everywhere. They're crazy. It's just like, you're not fucking wrong, dude. It does get a little bit crazy. And by that I mean a lot crazy. It is pretty crazy over here. How in the hell do I fucking go from one conversation and just roll into the next one? That's really nuts. I'm gonna run out of fuel again. Fuck. Oh, there's no fuel trucks around here, is there? Well, there might be one at the warehouse. Trying to see, is there a trailer up there? There is not. I'm almost there! There's probably a fuel truck up there, but I'm not gonna make it. And um, I can't turn off my stuff either. If I go fast, I might be able to make it up there. It's gonna be close though. I'm not even gonna head to the mission marker. I'm gonna straight head to one of the. No, I'm gonna run out of fuel before I get up there. Oh, come on. Oh, that's it. That'd be it. Crap. And there I went. Dang it. See, I got fuel on that truck there. Oh, whoops. Alright, I'm gonna have to take this truck out. Moving into the garage, leave the garage. Repaired it, refueled it. She's ready to go. I need to bring this truck and trailer over there anyway. Because I gotta deliver, I gotta go pick up a crap ton of consumables. I need like, what was it, 6? Yeah. Trailer's not too far away. I don't know what you're talking about, game. Also, something else I've noticed too about this trailer in particular. We'll see once I get out of this menu. I think this trailer's, I think the trailer's kingpin is a little too far forward placement. If you look really close to this, I don't know. I mean, I've never drove with a trailer like this before, but I feel like that kingpin's a little too far forward to the front of the trailer. Seems like it should be further back. Doesn't it feel like it's too far forward? Maybe that's just me. It feels like it's really too far forward. Like it feels like it should be just a little bit further backwards. I don't know. Maybe another foot backwards or something. This is something of note. A bit like the a bit like the trailers in 7 Days to Die. I remember those things. That's another thing too. It's like, how can I recall going the right way? How can I recall memories from years ago, but I can't recall memories of like recent? Like I don't even, like I remember some of the things I did on this map like last time we played, but I don't remember all of it. It is really strange though. But yeah, I acknowledge full-heartedly that I do have mental problems. Full 100%. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been and always will be. But yeah, I like talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know. To me, it's not like there's certain things that definitely most people look at as depressing, and I can see how it's depressing for most or for everybody about certain subjects, but to me, it's like on some of those subjects, it's just like I mean, I see how it's depressing for you, but for me, it's just like that's just life. That's just that's the whole thing. That's the whole part of it. I mean, it's depressing to talk about, but it needs to be talked about all the time. It needs to be observed. It needs to be known that this type of stuff exists in the world, and that you should be wary of it, but also should know about it. You shouldn't be ignorant. That's probably what a lot of people is probably the one thing a lot of people hate about me. Is I tend to talk about stuff that's very, very depressing or very, very I don't know. I don't know. It's one of the things. You'll definitely know. You definitely know a lot about me so far if you watched most of my videos throughout this year. I've definitely talked about a lot. I mean, for just for dumb, if you were observant, uh, yeah, just for dumb reasons. But if you were observant, you would know that I have um, I think I have a little over 500 videos now. The count you can't see on YouTube PC, which is weird. Like if you look at the YouTube on PC, I don't know where it is where you see how many videos you have. I know where it is on mobile, which is really strange because I hardly ever use YouTube on Rumble or on mobile. What the fuck? I hardly ever use YouTube with the mobile stuff, with like the phone. But I use it on PC a lot. But it's weird on the mobile version of YouTube. When you go to a channel, you see how many videos are uploaded on that channel. You see how many videos they've uploaded. But when you go to the PC version, it's not there. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Just saying. I have definitely talked about a lot, and I've definitely said a lot because, well, I have 500 videos, but I guess it's nothing to be really proud of, just because um, I put out a lot of content, but it's not quality content. It's not super high quality stuff, and I don't mean by quality of. Also, my engine is dying. Back out. Back out. Back out. Back out. It's not video quality that I'm talking about. It's quality of the video as pertained to editing. It's definitely not good quality in that because I'm not good at editing. I'm still, as you say, a noob tuber, or as I say, a noob tuber, which used to be, if you don't know, used to be the name of people he would use the grenade launcher in Modern Warfare 2. It was probably in Modern Warfare as well, and before that even. It was probably way before that, but it used to be the grenade launcher was such an easy thing to get kills with So everybody that was really low skill, or everybody that was new to the game, would use the grenade launcher to get kills because it's a one-hit kill, um, and it was an instant kill. You didn't have to work off any effort, and you could shoot it at the beginning of the match. And if you knew about where the enemy, or about where you need to aim, where the enemy team spawned at the beginning of the match, you could shoot it and get a kill, which a lot of people did back then. They probably do it now still, but that was definitely one of the things. And so it was therefore dubbed the Noob Tube, because it's a tube that shoots out explosives that noobs use. So it's called the Noob Tube. Everybody called it that. But then I'm now using the name Noob Tube because I'm new to making YouTube videos. Like proper ones. Not the ones I made years ago. And not the ones also years ago where I did bad quality streaming, and then I downloaded the streams onto my computer and then uploaded them on YouTube. I was so stupid back then. I thought it was hot shit a little bit there. But no, I was a dumb piece of shit back then. Yep, so therefore I call myself the Noob Tuber. Or anybody that's new to making YouTube videos. Because really my channel has existed since 2013. I think. Was it 2013? Yeah, I think it's like 2013. Was it? No, it's 2009, I think, actually. Maybe, or it was 2013. I'm not sure. It was one of them years. My brain, my remembering. But yeah, it was around that time. I did make a YouTube channel, and I did upload a few YouTube videos here and there. And in 2000, I want to say 2012, 2011, 2012, 2013, maybe. Somewhere around there, I was making YouTube videos with my iPad. And that was terrible. That was a terrible time. I was young and dumb. It was definitely a strange time if you look back. Like what? You'll definitely go. If you think this content's whack, go back to that time and go back to that content. That content's fucking whack. No, source needs to be here. There. There we go. Oops, I can just change shark from here, can't I? You know, and all the times I shit on YouTube, I definitely am very thankful that YouTube exists. YouTube is one of those necessary, what do they call it, like a necessary evil style. Like YouTube can be a bit, it can be a bit crazy when it comes to its policy making and how it runs it and governs itself. But you know, it's one of those necessary things that a lot of careers would not have been made had it not been for YouTube. You know, a lot of lives would have been much different had it not been for YouTube. I'm gonna go pick up the consumables with this truck, I think, because I need 6 and I have a 5-slot trailer, so I would rather not make a second journey with that trailer or with that truck and trailer unless I had to. I'd rather drive this. It's definitely fun to drive, but we'll go get the consumables for this mission, and then we'll come back, and then we'll get the other 3 consumables for the other missions. Ah! Dang it. Truck, save me! turned that corner way too sharp. That's the other thing about the Deuce. I guess that is a flaw of like the Deuce and a Half and trucks that were built like the Deuce and a Half. It's heavy, sturdy, can last for hundreds of years, probably. Can last for many, many years. They'll definitely outlast most vehicles today. But its one fatal flaw, it is top heavy. Its one fatal flaw is hills. That's its weakness. Actually, you know what? I need consumables for both these vehicles, so why don't I take both of them up there? Back this trailer up into the forest here. Tree! That was the other thing about the trucks we had. Or the trailers we had, the log trailers that we drove with. Those trailers, on top of being, fucking just heavy, sturdy trailers. Very, very sturdy. The trailers also had these big bars on the back. I think I've talked about this before, but they had these big bars on the back of them. And you're probably wondering what the heck those bars were for. Those bars, they served many purposes. Well, a few purposes, maybe not many, but they served a few purposes. One of them being the equipment that's used to haul trees around have big old hooks. They're big old claws, essentially, that can grab tree logs and drag them around, right? Well, those trucks can also grab those trailers and swing your trailer for you. They can pick up the back end of your trailer, pick the axles up off the ground, and swing your trailer into positions where you wouldn't be able to do it by yourself. That type of stuff, or if you got stuck. But they also served another purpose. If you're backing up, since you're driving and picking up logs in a forested area, one of the purposes that bar served was if you were backing up and hit a tree. If you backed up into a tree, that solid fucking steel bar would take all the punishment. And these bars were not small. Like you see, let's see. Yeah, you see the exhaust on this truck here? That's about how big around those bars are. You're talking maybe 4 inches, 4 to 6 inches in diameter bars on the back side of them trailers. And they're fucking strong. Well, they're meant to be used and abused like that. That's what they're made for. Because they're made to be super strong. I think we go up to this way to the consumables, right? Yeah, we need to follow this route up to this road. Yes. Oops, I put down a marker. Oh well. See, it's pushing me the entire way. But yep, I backed into many a tree with that bar, and well, nothing happened because that bar was so damn thick and strong. It was a protector of the taillights and all that, unless you backed up into like a bush or something with a lot of little branches. Nothing was getting past that bar, really. And if you ever got stuck in the mud, like this here, you're hauling logs and you get stuck in mud like this, the trucks, or the equipment they use to haul around the logs and stuff like that, they could also use that same equipment to push you via that bar, fully loaded, to be able to push you through the mud. That's one of the other purposes it served. But yeah, those trailers were so sturdy that they weighed empty. Those trailers weighed around 32 to 35,000 pounds by itself. And I know this because one of the places that I delivered to, well, actually all the places I delivered logs to, but the one in particular that I always delivered logs to, about 99% of the time, I got to be friends with the guy who weighed the trucks. That just sat there in the office all day weighing trucks in and out. And I asked him one time if I could. There was nobody around at the time. There was no lines or anything. It was late in the day, getting into the nighttime, getting close to nighttime. And I asked him one time. I said, "Oh, hey, there's that fuel trailer." I said, there's nobody around. Do you think I could do an experiment with the scale? And he said, of course, he said, "Oh, what kind of experiment are we talking about? I don't want to get, I want to get in trouble." I said, "No, nothing like that." I said, I just want to pull the trailer up onto the scale, detach the trailer, put the landing gear and all that, detach it from the truck, and I want to weigh the trailer on the scale as itself without it, relying on the truck for support or anything like that." He said, "Yeah, sure, you could do that. There's nobody around, and usually you're one of the last ones that come in, so I guess if anybody comes in, they'll just have to wait." I said, "Yeah." Well, nobody ever came around, so I detached it, and there's that fucking trailer. I think it weighed like 32,600 pounds. That was by itself, and I've heard that some of them weigh more depending on the type of construction they're made out of. But yeah, super fucking heavy trailer. It was very heavy duty. I mean, it has to be. It's got to haul tree logs. It ain't no box van. I'm not insulting the box van drivers, by the way. Not insulting them, guys. But it definitely wasn't no box van. Those box vans I hear are very, very flimsy. But then again, I also there was a job at a time where um, I had to help flip semis over, and they flipped over on the interstate. So I was a bit of a tow truck driver. And yeah, them damn things. If you're trying to flip over a truck that flipped over on its side, you have to unload the trailer pretty much entirely. You got to unload the box van trailer, the dry van, or the refrigerated box truck. Anything that was a box. I guess anything that's a flatbed trailer too, but usually those were unloaded by the company. If it was a flatbed, because usually it'd be more highly priced equipment on there. They would want to come and deal with it themselves. Stop pushing me! Stop it! Alright, now come on. Let's go. Yeah, you have to unload those because they're very flimsy. They're made of plywood, essentially. Plywood and sheet metal paneling. uh, they're pretty damn flimsy. Ask any of the truck drivers. They're not super strong. They may seem super strong going down the interstate, but when they get flopped over like that and you get all the weight on one side, um, if you were to try and flip a fully loaded dry van that was flipped over on its side, fully loaded, if you tried to flip that back on its wheels, the entire box van part of it would rip off the trailer frame. There would be almost nothing left. It'd be all destroyed. They're built like trailer houses. Like the trailer house I live in. Fucking flimsy. That you get a strong enough force and the walls rip off the damn frame, and the frame's the only thing that's left. Get to crew management. Consumables! Bang bang. Detach. Alright. Now we need 4 more. Probably need more than that, but I'm only going to load 4. Only load what I need. Let's see, where do the rest of these consumables need to go? Start tracking. Okay, those consumables need to go there. These consumables need to go there. So they need to go to that gas station there. So we'll take consumables, we'll take 3, drop them off here, and then maybe we'll take the other truck and deliver the last one up this way. Oh my gosh, what happened? The leg is gone crazy. Just checking my time. I haven't checked it in a while. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Alright, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Where are we going? I got my fuel truck hauler right here. Hey, come on. Go, man. Go. There we go. I just run over that farmer's corn. Oh, the field's destroyed anyway. Okay, stop pushing. He gets on my corner like that and he's pushing. He gets underneath the bed there a little bit. Oh, I need to change over to the other mission. Big oil. No, not big oil. Fuel run. Let's go. I don't need you flopping over, so. Well, that's not good. Go, let her ride. Go, go, go. There's a little house down there. Another little house down there. There's probably some missions down there, right? I guess I'll have to check. One of these times, we'll take out the monster truck and go romping around in the mud and shit. Having a good old time. I just can't get over the fact how you made this, you made these roads look like frozen asphalt, and then you drive on them. It's so sneaky, man, and not in a bad way. That's fun. And I gotta have, if I ever work on my map again, I gotta have some of that type of stuff. I'm gonna take that idea, be sneaky, because yeah, it was in the PDF as well, where they talked about that stuff. Where you could paint, or you could paint something to look like it's solid, like solid ground, but as soon as the player drives on it, it's just mud, and it's just a terrible time. But you could be real sneaky about it. Good times, man. It's hilarious. Of course, I don't know if other people would enjoy it like I do, them being tricked like that. Probably one of those things you got to use sparingly, I bet. But it is also a good way of doing a road because down there was a place I was at where when I was doing truck driving, no, the roads down there. There were some roads, because the roads are made of oil shale, there were some roads that looked completely solid. Some dirt roads that looked completely solid dirt road, even when wet, they looked completely solid. And then you'd get onto them and you would just sink. You would just sink. But when the roads were dry, they were as solid as concrete. But when they got wet, they were you would sink into them, and they were more slick than grease, and more slick than ball bearing grease. Like trying to drive on ball bearing grease. It was horrible. Those types of roads. I'm guessing that's why they probably don't do it anymore. Well, at least we hope they don't do it anymore. They don't build dirt roads out of oil shale. That was a terrible time. Any kind of moisture, any kind of rain or anything like that. And the roads were solid as concrete when it's dry. But after that, it was a terrible time for anybody. It was it was worse than driving. Oh, I ran out of fuel. It was worse than driving on ice. What the hell was that noise? Did you hear that noise? Oh, it's a weird noise. That's OP. That that crane has like a 200 gallons in it. That's pretty OP. Yeah, I'll say something else too. That I definitely have the OCD brain a little bit. Like with this map, you know, I'm pretty sure some people are wondering, you know, why am I still playing this map, and not like trying to play the new ones that this person has made. And I know they've harped on me about playing some of those new maps and stuff that they've made or that they're working on. It's one of those things that if I start, like, I think I've said it before, but if I start a map like this, if I start something, I've got to finish it until either the point where I get burned out to the point where you could you could buy me this game and I would throw it away type of deal, or until I finish it, you know, or I get so annoyed with it that there's no point in me continuing, that type of deal. But what is happening? Is there spookiness going on? Do I got something in the background? I don't think I do. Let me check. No, I've got nothing going on in the background. What is these noises I'm hearing? It sounded like somebody bumped their mic. Like there's somebody in my game. Hey you, get out of my game if you're in my game. Oh, whoops. Actually, I'm gonna unload this truck. Go. Yeah, we'll unload this one. We don't have to worry about it. Off we go. Don't flip over this time. But yeah, I'm definitely in the business of finishing things. Or at least trying my best to finish something. I mean, there are times where I've failed to finish something, and I haven't went back to finish it yet. But if I start something big like this, like playing a map, or it's also why, you know, I can't just switch main series either. Even if the main series that I'm doing on my YouTube channel is failing miserably, if I've started that and I've got into the start of it, like fully invested in it, I have to stick with it, even if it's an utter failure. I'd be a terrible investor. uh, I'm sure some people are thinking that, like, you'd be a terrible investor. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Um, I'd be terrible at investing in stocks because I would want to stick with it. I'm level 20. I thought that said level 251 for a second. Level 25. What's this search? Oh, that's the fuel trailer, isn't it? It requires a saddle low, which I do not have. But yeah, I've got a very I know. I know you don't like it when I say it, but at least to me, I feel I have a boring personality. And that'd be one of the, I don't know. Like to me, it feels boring compared to, I guess, compared to people around me, compared to the very few friends that I have and stuff like that. Like I feel like I'm just, I'm not very exciting. Uh, I am not very exciting. I've had a very meh life, I guess. There's definitely been some interesting parts to it, but overall, I feel like it could have been much better. Like I could have made better decisions and stuff like that. But that's life, though. You know, you live and you learn. Yeah, that goes out to the person that says they hate it when I'm the only person that interacts with me in the comments, as they point out. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to react to that a little bit. It's like, hey, I know that you're the only person that comments on my videos, but come on, man, I do have a bit of an audience. I got a few viewers. That's a joke, by the way. Uh, gonna rile people up, or rile people up. No, I got a good viewership. A good viewership. I will always strive for more, but here on YouTube, I will always strive for more views, more subscriptions, more likes, and stuff like that. But I will always be happy with what I have, you know, that type of thing. It sounds weird when you say it like that, but I'm definitely, I guess, I'm thankful. There you go. I'm very, very thankful for what I have, as I say constantly. But you gotta constantly, as we get new people on the channel, you gotta repeat a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are gonna be tired of hearing something. But as you get new people, you gotta repeat a lot of different things, and it's not because of them. It's one of those life rules when you, especially if you work in like you work with customers and you work with people. If you're in one of those type of jobs where you work with people, you got to talk to everybody like that's their first time hearing what you have to say. Because in 90% of cases, it is. It is. They've never heard you talk about something yet. They've never heard you say anything yet. They've never seen your personality, or if you're in one of those jobs where, you know, they've never heard your line. You may repeat something on the phone to a customer. You may repeat that same line a billion times a day, but in 90% of cases, that's their first time hearing. That's the customer side. That's their first time hearing it. So yeah, and that's the same with. I feel that's the same with YouTube as well. Definitely, that's definitely the same with YouTube. Um, you got to talk to people. Your viewership. You got to talk to it when you're gaining subscribers and stuff. You know, you're gaining views and what like that. You got to talk to people like it's their first time being here, which I know I tend to forget, but I always like to say, you know, welcome to the new subscribers, to the old subscribers, stuff like that. Because, you know, welcome, you know, you never know. You never know who's watching this video right now when you're the creator. The only person that knows who's watching this video right now at this very moment is you. You're the only person that knows who that person is that's watching this video right now. Because it is you. That's how you know. This is very stupid way of putting that, but yeah. You're the person that's watching this video right here at this moment, at this very time, so you know exactly who's watching this video. It is you. Very stupid way of putting it, but that's how it works. It is essentially the idea. Man, you know who also is a good person, or you know who's also very, very good at bullshitting their way through hours and hours and hours of nothingness? Truck drivers. Truck drivers are very, very good at bullshitting for hours and hours on end because they have to. They have to keep their sanity in a lot of cases. Oh, no, that's not good. Nope, stop. Don't back up. What are you doing? Stop. 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 Thank you. You went off the bridge. I cannot pull you across the bridge if you're going off the bridge. What? Get on the bridge. Okay. Yeah, truck drivers is one of those jobs. Definitely. One of those jobs where, especially if you got somebody, ooh, geez, why did it turn like that? Okay, come on. Why is it turning like that? Oh, my controller's tracking left, that's why. As you say, tracking left. What's that yank? Let's go. That's right. Yeah, buddy. Get your nose right up there. The freaking truck is brown nosing me right now. But yeah. I definitely full-heartedly believe that truck drivers are definitely some of the best bullshitters there is. You know, unless you get one of them truck drivers that have never seen another human soul in their life, but that also happens too. But yeah, they can definitely bullshit their way through a lot of stuff. And what I mean by bullshitting is not... Uh-oh, where do I go? Over here. I was like, I thought I lost my way there. Okay, back up! Back up! And the AI in this game needs a little bit of work. Go! Thank you. I need to go to the right here a bit further. Because there's a hump I'm looking for. That's right, push me. Push me. Push me! Oh, whoops. I've been holding right for so long that my thumb slipped off the stick there. Into the select, which is the map. Go! I don't know. We like to have a good time on this channel. At least I like to. I like to try to. I try to bring my friends in, but they're always so busy as well. They're busy like me, doing their own thing. That's how it goes. And that's not a plea for... I'm looking for other friends to play with, although I wouldn't mind. Yep. They're doing their thing, and I'm doing my own thing as well. It's one of those things. Another one of them life lessons you tend to learn at a very early age. That, you know, you tend to be self-centered a little bit in your own life. Usually, you try not to be. That's the whole goal. But you try not to be. You try to be selfless and stuff. But ultimately, you're going to be a little bit self-centered because you got to be. You got to be if you're not going to go completely and utterly insane. There we go. Get rid of all those markers. Otherwise, if you're too selfless, you'll give away everything you have, and then you have nothing. I mean, some people might be happy with that, but you know, I gotta eat too. You know, it's one of them things. But I'd happily help others, but only when I can, though. I mean, that's a life lesson, but I don't know where I'm going with this. I have completely lost track of where I was going with that conversation. Anyway. Oh, yeah, talking about how I used to think that when I was really young, I used to think that I had it hard and stuff like that because every kid does. Every kid thinks they have it hard until they grow up and finally realize that they have some of the easiest fucking lives in the world. Until they get into the real world, that is. Yeah, I used to think about that way about my friends, like when I was super young. I used to think that way. It's just like, man, why don't they cater to me more? But you got to remember nowadays, it's like that we're all much older and wiser and stuff like that. But yeah, everybody has their own life to live. Everybody bleeds the same. Everybody has issues and problems. And how the hell we get to talking about this subject, I will never know. it's one of them. It's one of them bullshit conversations that you talk up a storm on. I guess yeah. YouTubers are probably the second best bullshitters in the world. YouTubers, streamers. I mean that in general when I say YouTubers, like anybody who makes videos or tries to make videos as a career and stuff like that. You gotta be good at bullshitting. You gotta be good at commentary. Because if you're not, you're going to fail. And you will find that out real quick. I would say the older times of YouTube in a way was probably easier because there was less YouTubers or less people that made videos. There was less of them. There was less competition. Like um, you have all the big boys of YouTube and stuff like that, all the big YouTubers and such that got millions of followers. Well, there's only so many people on the planet that watch YouTube. I'm out of fuel again. Fuck. There's only so many people in the world that watch YouTube. So many millions of people. So you tend to share um, when you're following the same niche as another YouTuber. You're doing the same, video games is a niche. Um, you tend to end up sharing viewership with other people, which is fine. I'm 100% completely fine with that type of um, with the way things go like that. But I'd say earlier on there was less people actually doing the videos, so you tend to have an easier time getting followers or subscribers, whichever, because there was less people doing it. There's less competition. Now there's a ton of competition. You know, damn near everybody makes YouTube videos nowadays. It's just one of them things that everybody does because recording software is easier to obtain and stuff like that. Programs are either free or damn near free because um, there's tons of wonderful people out in the world that love making software that use their abilities to make free software and then upload it to the internet and allow people to download it. And they keep it up to date and stuff like that. Which I definitely enjoy because I would not be here making YouTube videos if it wasn't for OBS. OBS is one of the most well-known and probably one of the more used recording softwares out on the planet, but I would not be here today if it wasn't for OBS. OBS, Streamlabs, things like that. And all the tools they provide for free, and all the updates they provide for free. It'd just be nice if there was more. Um, I would say nice, I guess. It'd be awesome, I should say, there if there was more editing softwares out there that was more like, on OBS, Streamlabs, stuff like that. If it was more on those types of levels, with the amount of stuff that was free, I'd probably be making way better content than I am now. But if you want good quality content, like the big name YouTubers on YouTube with the millions of subscribers and stuff like that, if I want to be making that quality of content, that good of content, stuff like that, um, having an editor or having a really good editor does help. It does help a lot. And I'm not saying that I'm going to copy any big name YouTuber, although I might do some similar things because what they're doing works. Um, Obviously, it's working. Look at them. But yeah, having some good editing software like they have, like some of the really really good editing software that I don't know if they use it, but there's some really good software editors out there, or software editors. There's some really good video editors out there. But the only problem with them is either A, they cost hundreds of dollars for the program, or B, they cost so much money a month that you have to keep up with subscription. I'd say most of them are probably subscription based anymore. But from my experience with editors being the free ones, they're not on the same level as something like, say, OBS as a video recorder. They're not on that same type of level where they're really good. The ones that I've tried out, the ones that are supposedly good, are free trials, essentially. You will get, like a month free trial or a 3-month free trial, whatever, and you'll get all the cool stuff. But then after that free trial's over, that's it. The good quality videos stop there, or the quality videos, the better ones, the better edited ones, stuff like that, they stop there. Because, well, it's a free trial, and they have every right to do that. That is just fine with me. I'm 100% fine with that, because it is their software. They have a right to charge for it or make stuff free or whatever. But on my side of things, I'd be making either different quality content or maybe a little bit better quality content, and then all of a sudden it would just stop. Which I'd hate to do that to people. I'd hate to go a month, be like, oh man, this editing, if they really like the editing ability that I have and stuff like that, they're like, man, it's really good, or whatever. I'm not saying that it would be really good. I'm just saying that if it was really good, people actually did enjoy it, then it'd be torn away from them, essentially. And I'd hate to do that to people. The way I make videos and stuff like that may change over time, but I'm going to try my best to my best ability. I'm not going to say that it's going to stay like this forever, but if you enjoy the way I make content right now, um, I'm going to try my best to stay at my core, to stay honest, to stay in that. I'll try my absolute best to stay in that, so that the things that people subscribed to in the first place years ago, those same subscribers still stay on that channel, because, well, that channel has stayed that way for years, has been a certain way. I'm going to try to stay that way, but I may have to change a few things along the way. Like the several hour content stuff. Some of that might have to be shortened up a bit, or moved around a bit, stuff like that. But I'm gonna try. I do enjoy making the longer videos, the videos that are hours long. The only problem with that is most people don't have the time of day, and I understand that too. But they either don't have the time of day or they don't have the patience to wait around for hours. How are we doing on time here? Oh, we're over 2 hours. Dang it! Fuck! I was gonna keep playing. I can't though. Sorry. I would, but Rumble won't allow me to upload the video if I go too much longer. Rumble will say no because it has a cap. And I'm sure for some, a lot of people wonder, why do you upload to Rumble? With all these restrictions or with it being newer and stuff like that. Why do you upload to Rumble? It's just because I want to expand my audience. Um, I want to expand my audience because there are going to be some people that are going to migrate over to that new. Um, they're going to migrate over to that new platform with Rumble. Um, and being Rumble the way it is, some people will migrate over there and enjoy their time over there, or some people will migrate over there and hate their time over there, as well as equally there'll be people that hate YouTube, hate watching videos on YouTube and like watching videos on Rumble, and want to watch on Rumble, and maybe they'll migrate over to YouTube and they'll like it and stay on YouTube, or maybe they'll migrate over to YouTube and hate their time here and then move over back over to Rumble. It's fine. Um, I don't have very many viewership on Rumble right now, but it's getting there. It is getting to the point um, where it's starting to get on more of a level with YouTube as well. It's just Rumble's still new, so you got to give Rumble a chance. They're still new. They're still figuring things out uh, on how to run a video streaming platform because Rumble. You also remember that Rumble's not that old. It's only a few years old at this point, like if that. Um, and yeah, Rumble only came out recently, and it's um, they're trying to be big name, you know, video streaming or video hosting platform like YouTube. Uh, I think the only problem with people migrating over to Rumble and why Rumble has a lot less viewership, not only because they're new, but also because the way they run things. YouTube has been around for so long that YouTube's one of those comforts. YouTube is so accessible and so easy to use, um, and it's got all of the things you could want out of a video hosting platform. Rumble doesn't have quite a lot of those comforts and stuff like that. It's a bit more rough around the edges that people tend to stay off Rumble more. Um, Also for political reasons, I suppose. But I don't look at it that way. Um, I look at it as Rumble is just another place I can upload. I won't upload to Facebook or Twitter or anything like that because Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, they're more of the social media like giants on the side of um, their social media in the way of texting. Like, yeah, you can do videos and stuff, but I don't feel that videos are big on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Plus, I don't like using those platforms anyway. Um, I've seen how toxic things can get when it comes to a lot of social media, um, but that toxicity, if that's how you say it, has kind of stayed off of Rumble and YouTube together. Um, YouTube has it does have some of it, but there is a bit of a balance there too, which is fine. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. Everybody thinks their own ways about things and about politics and stuff like that and whatever. But to me, Rumble's just another video hosting platform that I can go and upload my videos to and get more viewership. And if I can pull people away from Rumble and onto YouTube, great. And if I can pull people away from YouTube and onto Rumble, great. It's fine. I don't mind sharing audiences between both platforms. Um, Plus, uh, Rumble doesn't have a partnership program. Um, Rumble is more. It's the way YouTube used to be. It's based on views and rumbles or likes. If you're over here on YouTube, it's the same as likes and dislikes. Um, but yeah, it's based off of views and rumbles, as they call it, or likes. Is how you get paid. That's the way YouTube used to be many years ago. It's still like that, but you have to be in the partner program in order to get paid. You have to get to a certain level, which I understand that too. You don't want bot accounts spamming that you're having to pay out to these crappy accounts that only have like 5 subscribers, but they make like one video that happens to go a little bit viral, and now you got to pay them. Um, um, stuff like that, like cheap accounts, cheap fake accounts or bot accounts, stuff like that, where people can game the system really easily and get paid for doing it. So I understand YouTube's thing for doing that. But dang it, I did want to do more. It's okay though. But yeah, all this talk about other crap. And I'm probably going to get some dislikes on this one, I'm sure. But that's just water under the bridge, as they say. I'll probably get some dislikes, but that's fine. And no, I don't want anybody going around. I don't think anybody would, but I don't want people going around and um, getting mad for people disliking the video. I mean, people dislike the video, they dislike the video. It is what it is. Um, because the reason I think people are going to dislike this one is just because there's a lot more bullshit in it. It's a lot more bullshit in this one, rather than me talking about the map, which I can understand. Like I said, I'm not good at reviews. That's why I say that at the beginning of the videos when I make these ones. Is I'm not good at reviewing maps or stuff like that. I'll play the map, you can see the map, you can judge for yourself. I may talk about it here and there at times, but to do a 2-hour video where you're just strictly talking about the map, that's really hard for me to do because I'm not good at making reviews. Um, if I made video game reviews, I'd probably talk about the video game I'm reviewing half of the video, and the other half of the video I'd be talking about random other shit that made no sense or was incoherent or had nothing to do with the video game in question. That's why I don't do video game reviews. And me playing these maps, I'm just playing these maps so that I can bring more um, what do you call it? I can bring more attention to these maps so that um, because the modding scene, the modding community, I greatly appreciate. Um, I definitely greatly appreciate the modders and stuff and what they do. Um, and I've said it before, just because they don't really make money, they do this shit for free. Um, Even though they may say, "Well, there's money to be made." It's like, yeah, but you're not making that officially, though. You're making that through donations, so it's completely random. It's not official. You're not actually being able to be paid for that. Like you may set up a Patreon for being a mod maker. You may set up a Patreon to get funding to make better mods, but you're not being paid officially for that. Um, you're It's not a guaranteed paycheck or anything like that. It's up to the people who like your mods. It's up to them, the people that view your mods and stuff like that. It's up to them whether you make money off of that or not. Because you can't take this map per se and lock it behind a Patreon paywall, because then you'd be sued by the video game dev company that made this game. You'd be sued by them because you're making money off of their product, off of their game code, stuff like that. People have tried, and I think most of them, if not, I would say most of them failed. Have tried to make money that way. Oh, I guess before we go into the garage here. Yeah, and it's the same with YouTube as well. I mean, YouTube, I guess you could also argue it's not a guaranteed paycheck either. If you get into the YouTube program, it definitely is. Uh, and I have had people talk to me about setting up donations. It's like I don't know. I don't know if I want to try that type of stuff yet. Because to me, at this stage, um, if I was to set up like a Patreon or something like that for people to donate to me, I feel like that'd be begging for donations. Like you have that, like I definitely have it on the front page and stuff, so people could donate to me. But I I'm very adamant about letting people know that they don't have to donate. If I was to set something like that up, what am I looking for? It's a scout, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. This one right here. This is my pickup, by the way. Essentially, just without the wide wheels or the wheels sticking up below or behind the fenders. Mine's all original. It's an original. I like how it says GWC 1998 Desperado. This is an. I guess it had to be 1998. Essentially, the late 90s Chevrolet Silverados. That's what these are. This is definitely a very heavily modified. Just by looking at it, this is a very heavily modified off-road version. There's definitely a lot of stuff in here that does not come with the original off-road or the Z71 off-road package. It's definitely very heavily modified. I would say there's probably about $5,000, if not more, into just the suspension itself. Probably about somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 in the suspension. Looking at it, it's definitely an off-road suspension specifically made for this truck. Like you can see, like the way the leaf springs are made, the off-road suspension arms, the coil springs, coupled with the shock absorbers, the struts. You got looks like maybe an air ride or a gas chamber tube there to help stiffen up the suspension. Very specifically made for off-road jumping, essentially off-road purposes, to be able to support rock climbing. Essentially, that's what this looks like to me, like a rock climber, just with tiny wheels, like a street wheels, essentially. Comparatively, anyway. I like how it's got the 350 small block. I like how it says that. Um, the 350 small block, the original gas engines in these trucks, if it was a 350, it'd be like a 5.0 liter or 5.7, as it says there at the top. 5.7 liter V8, which is that's a little bit low, I think. I think they're like 375 horsepower, aren't they? Or is that the torque? Gosh, it's been a while. I've actually looked up the specs of my own pickup truck that I own. Yeah, mine's also a 350. It's the 5.7 liter V8. Maybe it's 275. That's the horsepower. Anyways, this is around 300 horsepower. It's very low because it's an off-road truck. It's not. These are not meant for speed, but they have a high torque range. They have a bit of a high torque range. They're definitely for off-road application though. And then you got the 5.3 small block. It's a 325 upgraded 325. Huh. That's weird. It's an L. Oh, it's an LS motor. Okay, that makes sense. Why it's so weird. 450 horsepower, so definitely got some racing parts, upgraded parts in there. Then you got the 454 big block. Yep, you're talking very gas. You're a gas hog. The 454, man. That's a very big motor, pretty powerful, but also um, you, the way gas prices are nowadays. Fuck, man, I would not want a 454. But we're gonna put that in there. And actually, that is original. The 5-speed manual transmission was one of the options for these trucks because I have a 5-speed manual. Manual transmissions are no longer common, unfortunately. Um, We won't go the 4-speed. I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave it 5-speed. Okay, suspension lifted. monster truck. Damn, boy. Uh, that's a very tall truck. And it looks funky because it's got tiny wheels. Okay, yep. And the only reason I'm putting that high of a lift on it is because there's a very specific set of wheels that I want. There they are. Monster truck tires. Look at these tiny little wheels. Yeah, 51-inch monster truck tires. Very nice. Extended, high-powered, offline capable. Okay, yeah, I want that. Rear supplies. Sure. Got some spare tires and stuff. Rear bumper. Stock. Oh, you gotta go heavy steel there. Front bumper. Just like that. Bed. Because it depends on what you want. That'd probably be more the style you would want for this pickup. For being as tall as it is. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. Sidebars. Wait. Yeah, we'll have those. Fine. Hood. The Cal injection hood. Snorkel. Gotta have a snorkel, of course. Exhaust. Straight. Ooh, straight pipe it. The dual. Yes, it is a dual exhaust. Rims. Can't change the rims. Yeah, that looks good. Accessories. Gotta have this. Nice. That does not look like a 454. That's a little inline 4 graphic motor there. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely a 98. 98 started doing that. I got the gauges right though, whoever did it. They must have had a 98 so they know exactly how the interior looks. This looks exactly like a 98 2000 looking interior. Does not. It's not a 5-speed manual though. It's definitely automatic. Or it looks automatic anyway. Yeah, we got a big old truck. Nice. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We went a little bit long. This might not go up on Rumble, unfortunately. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. It went a little bit long. But that's okay. I wanted to get to the monster truck. I've been talking about it for a while, haven't it? But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of SnowRunner and our modded map, Winter Wonderland, by the wonderful, fantastical Mikey, however you want to pronounce it. I know, they're just like, just call me this or just call me that. It's just like, you're gonna be called by all your names, your online names and your regular name. Then I'm sure that's your regular name, but that's okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, this look into this map again. We're continuing on our playthrough. So hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, when we do some more missions and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll get closer to the finishing of the map. How do you look at that stuff again? It's like down. There it is. Tasks. So we're getting through it. Got quite a few tasks to go, but yeah, we're getting through it. We're about 40% done. So yeah. Again, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.